Kenya is on the front foot once again. We saw some nice gains for the NSE 20. What is driving markets today? From my understanding, we are starting to see lighter volumes due to a public holiday in Kenya tomorrow.
Thank you. It's good to be here once again. I think what's driving the market in today's trading session was mainly the banking sector. We're still yet to start seeing the Q3 results coming in. And also a bit of industrial and allied sector. Counters such as the cement industry are also driving the market.
Well, just touching on the financial sector, as we said, third quarter earnings seems to be the very big talk of the town right now. We also know that Cooperative Bank was up 30 cents in today's session. KCB, quite a big trader in today's session, 649,000 shares traded, and this stock closed at around 22 shillings 75. Which banking stock are you most bullish about right now?
I think the banks that the investors are concentrating on right now are the Tier 2 banks. These are the banks with less capitalization because of the view that they're still undervalued, and therefore there's a very high upside potential. Therefore, we're seeing a lot of activity on those Tier 2 banks.
Well, just touching on the cement industry, Bamburi Cement also seeing some nice gains over the last few sessions. The cement industry under the spotlight. It seems that Ati River Mining and Portland Cement could be potential targets for foreign investors. Is this prompting a lot of investors to start buying up of some of these infrastructure stocks?
Yeah, I think going forward and having a broader view in terms of the second half of the year, I think these are the counters to watch, mainly as a result of the increasing development in the building and construction industry. We are seeing the housing sector return more returns than the stock market. Therefore, that goes to imply that there's an increased building and construction, the setting up of houses and all that. Therefore, we think that there will be a lot of uptake of the cement, both in the country and across the region, which will drive the revenue, the growth revenue for these counters.
Just taking a look at housing finance, as you can see, that graph is up at the moment, down 6.35%, 29 shillings 50. Your view on this stock? We did see incredible gains coming through about a month ago. Of course, these gains now being reversed. Why are investors dumping this stock?
I think at the moment, the people who had taken position when it was still trading at affordable levels are rushing in to cash on the profits they've gained. We've seen the stock rise steadily when it announced the oversubscription of the bond. We are of the view that they now have the cash to increase their lending to the mortgage sector. At the moment, what we are seeing is cashing in of profits, but going forward, I still think there will be a build-up of another rally on the stock.
Oh, looking at Diamond Trust Bank, just going back to the banking sector, your view on this bank? I mean, obviously one of the smaller banks in Kenya, but also getting a lot of interest lately.
Yeah, I think Diamond Trust is beginning to set up new levels. We've seen it cross the 130 shilling mark. I think going forward, they have enough cash, which was loaned by the International Finance Corporation. I think they do have the financial muscle now to take up opportunities both in Kenya and across the region. And then their target focus, the SME sector, which is catching up with the growth of the economy. Going forward, I think they should be able to return handsome profits on the expansion strategies.
Well, looking at Diamond Trust, the price to book value is sitting at around 2.44, and it seems it's one of those lowest in the industry. Do you think this, of course, prompting investors perhaps to also buy into the stock, given the fact that it's offering a lot of value?
Yeah, I think the stock does offer very good opportunities in terms of price appreciation. Therefore, taking a position on the counter, then people should sit in and expect handsome returns.
Let's look at the NSE 20 broadly and where you expect it to end by the end of the year. I mean, we're above that key 4,600 level. We're well above it. We're seeing gains of around 45% year to date on the NSE 20. Do you think there is more room to move to the upside, given the fact that we have seen incredible rallies coming through, and of course the Kenyan market being one of the best performing markets on the African continent so far this year?
Yeah, I think, but by the end of the year, I do expect to see it continue rising with minor fluctuations in between. I think there's a lot of fundamental information supporting the counters realizing increased profitability. Even as other companies continue venturing into the regional markets, I think there's a lot of demand for goods and services. We are seeing increased remittances into the country, which also increase demand and also raise the consumption level for the citizenry. Therefore, going forward, I still do expect the NSE Index to be up by the end of the year.
And what about the play between the bond market and equity markets? We have seen a lot of interest filtering through for the equity markets. Do you think that is going to change down the line? Do you think we're going to start seeing a lot of these portfolios reallocating money?
I still do expect a slight of flight of funds from the fixed income market. We are seeing the returns being very minimal compared to the equities market. Therefore, I do expect a slight shift of funds from the fixed income to the equities market.